Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Clear.
Okay, very good. So if you understand now this means main mechanism, now I will give you many problems in the exam. Even now itself, I'm going to show you some problem, some sensor design. Now you tell me your answer. How to form the electrochemical chemical redox cycling, electrochemical chemical chemical redox cycling. How you will get a ultrasensitive sensor. Okay. Let's come back to you. I think some of you may be not answering. Arnab Theory. Hello, Arnab. Arnab Theory, are you there? No? Arnab? Anisha Shamadar? Hello, Anisha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you understand what is the electrochemical chemical redox cycling mechanism?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's clear, right?
Got it, sir. Yes.
You got it. Good. Oshin Tripathi?
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
Oshin.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, Oshin. How are you?
Sir, I'm fine, sir.
Okay. So, is it clear to you how we will make
Yes.
that? Hmm?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's all clear, sir. Basically.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Now, fine. Uh, Devolina Manna. Hello, Devolina. Hello, Devolina, are you there? No. Devolina. So sometimes you are logging and not in the class. Okay, Devendra Kumar. Devendra.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is it clear how we can make the redox cycling reaction?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I will give you some problem. You have to answer them.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Monica. Hello,
Yes, sir.
Monica. Okay. So is it clear to you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Good. Now I'm going to give you a problem. Fine. Pranav Jindal. Hello, Pranav. Pranav, are you there? Pranav? No. Priya Sharkar? Hello, Priya.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you hear me now?
Pranav,
Hi.
yes, I can hear you, Pranav.
Sir, my mic was not working like that time.
Okay, fine. How are you, Pranav?
Good, sir.
Okay. So is the concept is good to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine then. Okay, now I will show you the problem. Let's see how is it to. Okay, let's come to Priya. Priya, is it okay to you also?
Yes, sir.
Good. Rahul Kumar. Hello, Rahul.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everything fine?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, let's come back to the problem. Let's now answer. If it is clear, let's see. So now I will give you the real example. Redox cycling reaction or electrochemical. So just remember the electrochemical term. Why the electrochemical term? This term come because so electrochemical term come here. So see electrochemical, right? So we are applying some electrochemical oxidation or reduction, anything, something applying, right? Potential. So this is the electrochemical part. And where is the chemical part? So there is two chemical parts. See, in this reaction, there is two chemical part. So here one, right? Here one chemical reaction, and here one chemical reaction, right? Like sodium borohydride reacting with QI, quinoimine, form the AP. This is one chemical reaction. And again, here you can see AP means aminophenol, right? Reacting with FC plus. This is another chemical reaction, right? So this is C, this is C. And this electrochemical means E, right? So ECC, redox cycling. Okay, let's describe this problem. You can see this is the non-enzymatic method, right? Here this is called non-enzymatic biosensor. Non-enzymatic. But sometimes I will give you some enzymatic sensors also, because sometimes we may get very specific. Why we are using enzyme? Because enzyme is very specific reaction it can give. Means you can get the specificity much better. But main issue is the stability. That's why we are going the non-enzymatic. So why non-enzymatic? See, you can see instead of using any enzyme, we use the gold here. AU means gold nanoparticle. So we conjugated secondary antibody, this antibody with the gold antibody. I think you know how we are forming the sandwich assay that I already taught you. Right? This sandwich assay formation I already taught you, so I'm not going to teach again. So instead of using any enzyme, so secondary antibody conjugated with gold. So if you have target, so here PSA is the prostate specific antigen on cancer biomarker, prostate cancer. This causes the prostate cancer. So this prostate cancer biomarker if present, then the secondary antibody will bind on the surface, like gold will bind on the surface, and we'll use some, now the starting reagent we will use. Can you please tell me what is the starting reagent for this ECC? This is the ECC redoxycycline reaction, right? Okay. I will come back. Just a minute. Vipradeep Saha. Hello, Vipradeep.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So please tell me now. What is the starting reagent for this? This is the what is at first tell me what is the redoxycycline name of the redoxycycline reaction? This one?
Sir, this is ECC, sir.
Very good. This is ECC redoxycycline reaction. Okay. So what is the starting reagent here?
Sir, NP, and we give NABH4, and then we finally produce QI.
Yes. But any more starting reagent we need for this? See this one.
FC plus.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you do FC plus. So why? Because without FC plus, how you will get this one, right? Well,
Yes,
if
sir.
you not use FC plus, then this reaction will be absent. Then you will get only not ECC. Then it will be then EC only, electrochemical chemical, then not ECC. But as you are in ECC, then you have to add one more extra chemical, that is FC plus. So I'll show you here. See, your starting reagent is the nitrophenol. This is the structure, nitrophenol. And it will react, nitrophenol will react with the gold nanoparticle with the help of actually, so you need some reducing agent, the sodium borohydride will help. And it will form the aminophenol. This is the aminophenol. So this is actually reduced form. Not only reduced form, this is actually only active form. So this aminophenol will react with the FC plus that you are using as a starting reagent. So this is the higher oxidation state, FC plus. So you can see here, this is the FC means ferrocene. FC means ferrocene. This name is the ferrocene. This is ferrocene. So this ferrocene is the higher oxidation state. So here iron oxidation state is the Fe3 actually, third oxidation state. But so this FC higher oxidation state will react with the aminophenol and will form FC0, means lower oxidation state. And AP itself will oxidize to quinoline. See, it will oxidize and it will form this quinoline. So this is the oxidized product. So we need some reducing agent. So what is the reducing agent? We are using sodium borohydride. This sodium borohydride will react with this oxidized product, and again it will come back to aminophenol. So it will come back to aminophenol by using sodium borohydride. So this is the starting reagent. It helps the redoxycycline reaction. So your ECC redoxycycline reaction will be completed then, because you have to apply some here oxidation potential, and then ferrocene 0 that will be oxidized, will release the electron. That electron will be measured by the help of like maybe chronoamperometry or maybe by the help of chronocoulometry you can measure. So if your surface contain more and more target, mean higher concentration target, right? Higher concentration target means number of the gold nanoparticle will be increased, right? Bimalendu, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gold nanoparticle will increase.
So there will be the more
Target, yes.
gold nanoparticle, right? If in PSA number more.
Yes, sir.
So if more number of nanoparticle means more number of NP will be converted to AP, right? Many AP you will get.
Yes, sir.
So then many FC plus will be converted to FC. So now it means the FC concentration will be very high. So it means you will get the very high current, right? So in this case, if you measure chronoamperometry, you will get the very high. If you measure chronocoulometry, you will get the very high current or charge. Chronocoulometry is charge, chronoamperometry is current. So like this way, you can differentiate based on their concentration. Now this question, sir, then this question it may come, sir, which concentration then I will use this sodium borohydride, NP, this thing, that you have to optimize basically. While you will use this kind of the chemical, you have to optimize which concentration is better. So how you will optimize? So suppose you have to start with some low concentration of NP, like at least suppose you are using 1 millimolar NP, and you are using sodium borohydride also 1 millimolar. And FC is the very electron mediator because they're always cyclically they're reproducing, so we don't need very high concentration this one. But see the NP actually slowly consuming, right? They are not cyclically reproducing. Sodium borohydride also not cyclically reproducing. This starting reagent you have to use very little high concentration. But FC, as the cyclically reproducing, you can use the very low concentration, like 10 micromolar or maybe 100 micromolar. Very low concentration you can use. Cyclically they can produce. NP and sodium you can use little high concentration, and then you have to check after using this concentration. Arbitrarily you can select first arbitrarily, then get the signal to background ratio. So how will get a signal to background ratio? So without gold nanoparticle is the background, right? So if there is no gold nanoparticle, that is the background current, right? Students?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So without gold means there is no AP then. If there is no gold, then there is no possibility to get the AP, right? So then your background, if you want to measure the background current, then you have to use the NP, sodium borohydride, and FC plus. That is your starting reagent, and you suppose you are applying here 0.3 volt. So by chronoamperometry. So you have to make a solution by using like 1 millimolar nitrophenol, 1 millimolar sodium borohydride, and maybe 10 micromolar FC plus, right? This is your background current, corresponds to background current. So let's get the background current this much. Now, if you have the gold nanoparticle, means if you have target, then only you will get the signal. So then only your nitrophenol will be converted to aminophenol. So then you have to use some amount of AP. So now next sample you have to take like your aminophenol will be produced, right? So suppose like 100 micromolar aminophenol will be produced. Suppose, just for optimization. So you can take 100 micromolar aminophenol, like 1 millimolar sodium borohydride you already have, and 10 micromolar ferrocene plus you already have. So you are in aminophenol, sodium borohydride, ferrocene. So everything you have now, right? So this all the reaction will be happening on the surface. So by using this solution, you will get the very high current, right? So this is the signal, this is the background. So from here, you have to collect S by B ratio, right? So this is one set ready to your hand. Now you can change the concentration. Now just change the sodium borohydride concentration, change the NP concentration, change the ferrocene concentration, and let's collect again another set H1 by B1. Again change again change this concentration. Again you get the H2 by B2, and then again H3 by B3. Right. So from here you have to see which one is the best signal to background. Maybe H2 by B2 is you may get that H2 by B2 is the highest compared to others. So your optimized chemical concentration will be then H2 by B2 that you use for your biosensor. Is it clear?
Sir, can you once again tell about the QI?
Yes, sir.
The product.
Tell me again your question.
So the QI, the product actually, my network is very bad today. That's why I couldn't follow in between.
Tell me QI. What is the QI?
So, yes, sir. What is the QI? Yeah.
QI, the quinonimine. So you can see here the structure. So AP is the aminophenol. If you oxidize this one, so how you oxidation state FC plus, right? Then it is oxidizing to form the quinonimine. It means so it actually releasing the
Okay.
right? So that's this structure you can see because of oxidation. Quinonimine. This is the quinonimine structure. It is forming.
Okay, sir.
So this is the optimization procedures. How you can optimize different kind of the chemical. So arbitrarily you have to change the concentration of this starting material, and you have to get the best signal to background ratio. That is the optimized your chemical concentration. So signal to background ratio will help you to get the best chemical concentration. Is it clear? Tell me if you need to repeat this one, I can repeat.
Sir.
Yes.
So can you repeat that? What is S1 by B1? What is S2 by B2?
Okay.
Different S and different B. How it's happening?
So yes. Okay. So you see here, S1 by B1 means one set. S2 by B2 means another set. S3 by B3 is another set. By S4 by B4 is another set. Like the different set you have to make. So how you will make the set? So set mean here S means S corresponds to what sample and B means corresponds to what sample, right? See, S corresponds to means your signal, right? S means signal, B means background. So from here, background means your starting reagent, right? NP is the starting reagent, sodium borohydride is the starting reagent, and FC plus is the starting reagent. So arbitrarily at first you have to fix the concentration of this. Like NP suppose because it is the starting, because FC plus already it will be consumed and reproduced. So it means you don't need the very high concentration. So you can start from 10 micromolar, very low concentration. NP you can start at least 1 millimolar. Sodium borohydride because they will consume, you can start 1 millimolar. Right? This is one set, right? For the background for B1. So B1 means it will contain 1 millimolar NP and 1 millimolar sodium borohydride and 10 micromolar FC plus. Okay, this is the B1. Now H1. H1 means signal. So signal, why you will get the signal? If the gold nanoparticle present only. So it means signal time, your NP will be converted to AP, right? So then you can take directly AP because it is just you're optimizing the concentration of chemical, right? So in this case, you can directly go to the AP. So H1 will be, you can use the AP. AP maybe you can try from 10 micromolar again, the 10 micromolar concentration, and FC plus you can use the 10 micromolar. You can fix. You can start here also. You start from 10 micromolar, and sodium borohydride you can use like 1 millimolar, right? So this concentration will be this composition will be for the H1. Now for the, is it clear for you? S1 and B1. What is the S1? What is the B1?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now come to the H2B2. H2B2 means just change the concentration arbitrarily. So H2 case, what will you use? You can change the NP concentration. You can change the sodium borohydride. Means you can just maybe you can increase or maybe you may decrease the concentration, right? Few set. Like this, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 set you have to create. Like, so you can increase or decrease the AP concentration, FC plus, you can change the concentration. Like this way. So from there you have to compare which set is the best one. That one is the optimized concentration for this biosensor. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Yes. Now I got it, sir. Yes.
Okay. So I will come to another sensor. So this one again another problem. So this is kind of tutorial for you. So I will ask you someone else. I think Deblina, are you there? Deblina? Hello, Deblina? Debolina? Okay. Jashwant. Jashwant, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jashwant. So is it clear this this selection procedures design of sensor?
Sir, I have understood it, but I will have to like revise after the class to get a clear idea, sir. So
okay. So now please tell me, this is one problem for you. Can you please tell me this? Anyway, again the same similar kind of. Tell me first the redox cycling name of this biosensor.
Sorry, sir.
What is the name of this redox cycling?
It is ECC.
Again ECC, right? It is also again ECC because see here the chemical reaction, right? Here
Yes,
also
sir.
chemical reaction. Here is the electrochemical reaction, right?
Yes, sir.
In the exam also like this, so you have to write like this step is the electrochemical, and this one chemical, this one chemical. So it become now total. So it become ECC, right? Okay, tell me here if what happened if an AP, this AP means, see, in this biosensor, CTNI, this is just kind of the biomarker name. ALP means one kind of enzyme. APP is the substrate. Okay, just one.
APP, yes, sir, sir.
Just a substrate. So APP will react with the ALP, will form the AP, and this AP will take part in the redox cycling reaction, right?
Yes, sir.
So if this AP, this AP reaction with the ruthenium hexamine 3 is not very fast, what will happen?
The amount of electron transfer to the ITO sensor surface would be less, and the signal.
How it will be less?
The reduction of ruthenium hexamine would be slow, and because of that, the electron transfer rate, like the amount of AP will increase,
Yes.
and that excess AP will cover the antibody surface.
No, that is different. That is different. Not will cover the antibody surface. Means your AP already formed. AP is not reacting with the ruthenium. It means it is first one is correct answer that AP will not react very fast. That's why your production of ruthenium 2 will be very less, right? This will be the less, right?
Yes,
so if this is the less, because we are applying the potential, right? Some potential we are applying, you are getting the electron to the electrode surface. So if this production less, then you will get the low current anyway.
Yes, sir. Like yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So you will get the low current. So that's why you will get the low signal.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, fine. And another problem: if T-shape reacts, react with the quinolamine very slow, then what will happen?
T-shape with quinolamine. Then again, same AP will be in excess, and then the same will happen to the reduction of ruthenium hexamine.
So then AP production will be less, right? If T-shape reacts slow, then AP production will be less. If AP production less, then this AP and ruthenium reaction, after reaction, then actually ruthenium 2 plus will get the
that
very
will
low
also be.
surface. So
Yes, sir.
signal will be low, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what will happen if T-shape react very fast on the ruthenium 3? Then what will happen? if T-cell react with ruthenium-3 very fast, what will happen?
T-cell with, don't know, sir.
See, if T-cell react with ruthenium-3 plus, then see, this is kind of the side reaction. So then T-cell actually reacting with ruthenium-3 and it will form the ruthenium-2. So then actually aminophenol is not reacting with this, right? But aminophenol you are getting because of ALP reacting with the APP, right?
Yes, sir.
So AP actually not reacting. So this is kind of the side reaction then. This is not because of your targeted reaction. This is not the expected reaction, right?
Yes, sir.
So T-cell reacting actually this, but AP should react with ruthenium.
Yes, sir.
So this is not expected. So in this case, your background will be very high then.
Okay, sir.
Your
Yes,
background will be high. Because anyway, so you are not getting this cycling.
Yes, sir.
Properly. Let's say your background will be high, you will not achieve ultra-sensitive sensor.
So I had a question.
Yes.
So the TCP is getting converted into TCP oxidized form, I think. So how does it get replenished again?
Now this will always consume because this is the starting reagent. That's always you have to use some high concentration, 5 millimolar or 1 millimolar, the high concentration. So this will always consume, and this quinonimine will be converted to AP. So they will be cyclically reproduced, but this will not.
Okay, sir.
So that's why this kind of starting reagent you always have to use some high concentration. So which one you have to do with the little high concentration, like T-shape and APP, because they are always consuming, right? They are not taking part in the cycling reaction, right? Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, next come to the another redox cycling. This is also ECC, but here see what is the change you can see. So everything different, not the same. So here you can see, here we use ALP enzyme, right? So last time we used the gold nanoparticle. Here we use some another tag label, AP304 gold nanoparticle and something else. It means you can actually engineer your label like different way. It is kind of the core cell type, some alloy type, some composite type, different kind of label you can design, and you may get the different activity. So see here maybe nitrophenol. Last time also I used the same nitrophenol, and AP, FC plus, same thing I used last case. See here and here, see same thing, right? Same reagent.
Yes, sir.
But we are changing the label. So like this way, you can design some different sensor. You can compare their sensor activity, their sensitivity. So in this case, only gold. But if we use Fe3O4 gold nanoparticle composite, they may react very fast with NP. You don't know, right? So if they react very fast here, then AP will produce very fast on the surface. Then your redox cycling rate will be very high. That's why there is a possibility to change this label, and you may get the better sensor. Clear? So here again, here I am showing that's why. Also see, I also change the sensor composition. The sensor surface composition also different. See here I use CSGO. I mean this kind of nanocarbon based nanocomposite like graphene oxide based. Last time I used some avidin biotin based. Here also I use the avidin biotin based. So there is, so where I am changing that, we just look. Here we can change the composition. Here you can change. Also you can change this chemical, but still I fix the chemical. Now I will show you some example. We'll change the chemical also. So in these steps you can change, and you may develop some different sensor, different sensitivity, different specificity. So that in this, I mean there is many possibilities to get different sensor. See here I change the chemical. Here actually this is the DNA sensor, DNA-based DNA detection here. Up to now I detect just antibody. Here the same thing. In DNA case also same thing. Like antibody case, as I mentioned here, electrode surface. This is the antibody 1, that is called the capture antibody. Right, then target, then the secondary antibody that labeled some gold nanoparticle. This is called the antibody 2 or secondary antibody, or it is called the detection probe or detection antibody. Same thing here. This is one DNA. This is one DNA. So this DNA is called a capture probe, and here is the target they bind, and here is the detection probe. The detection probe, this is also kind of the secondary antibody kind of thing. So this detection probe already conjugated with some tag, that is the ALP, some enzyme. So same thing, but we use this is for DNA detection, not for whole protein detection. Means this kind of generic concept you can use for DNA detection, RNA detection, not only the simple protein detection.
So what is the full form of the GCE?
Which one you're saying?
So the sensor.
Okay.
Sensor
So here, okay, GC, right? So GC, generally I use like sometimes ITO. ITO means indium tin oxide. Here GC the carbon base, glassy carbon electrode. This is the glassy carbon electrode. So this glassy carbon electrode is a carbon-based electrode material. Here I use some, we deposited some nanomaterial, like tungsten oxide, some gold nanoparticle, and here we use some BSA to block the surface. So like this way, you can differently you can design the sensor surface. You can add the captured DNA, then target, then detection antibody. It's not here, not antibody. Here, this is the detection probe DNA, and that is conjugated with some tag label. Now, here we use the APPM1 substrate that will react with ALP, will form the AA, ascorbic acid. So this ascorbic acid can react with the FC plus and will form the DA1 product, and that can be reduced by TCEP. So like this way, like the similar concept, right? Just you can change the different kind of reagent. So this one I already showed you. This is also kind of enzymatic redox cycling that I already taught. And here, see, here we use the glucose oxidase enzyme. Here we use the TYR, the tyrosine enzyme. So glucose oxidase case, you have to use glucose, the specific substrate, and tyrosine case actually phenol with the help of oxygen, they will react the catechol. So this is different kind of chemical. It's based on your selection, which enzyme you are using, which nanoparticle you are using. Based on that, you can get the starting reagent. Clear? Just see where I am changing. Right here, is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
See the change. Glucose oxidase, tyrosine. So here we use glucose, but here we use the phenol. Phenol with the help of oxygen we need. That's why. And here we don't need any extra reducing agent, but here actually we use a NADH. NADH, you can say, actually help form its oxidation.
So here we are giving the chitosan for blocking the sensor surface, right?
No, here chitosan actually not blocking. Chitosan is kind of help of formation of the sensor surface that can help to bind your. This is not blocking agent here. This is mainly this is kind of supporting agent that can help to bind the antibodies, and also it can help the electron transfer rate also much better. So this is kind of your graphene oxide, that kind of things. This is not blocker.
Okay.
Blocker is the BSA mainly. There is many kind of, that's why that's different kind of example I'm showing here, but I will recommend, I will upload also many papers. Maybe next class I'll upload some journal papers also. You can go through them. You can see many design. Please don't depend only this classroom, this only discussion. You can please search some Google, but I already showed you, right, how to search. Just search some electrochemical sensor, go to the picture, like the image. You can see the many biosensors they designed by the help of many, they use many materials, many chemicals you can use. See here, another design. So generally we are using, see, this is NADH here, just helping also again. These are helping reducing this oxidized form and get this reduced form. This reduced form is actually oxidized. But instead of using the reducing agent, we can make a ideal interdigited array. Interdigited means one electrode you can apply some oxidation and another electrode you can put the means two electrode surface. This is the kind of chamber. I mean like this is chamber. So this is one electrode, this is one electrode, and there you put the solution like a tube kind of thing. So here you can apply oxidation, and here you can put the reduction potential. So what happened? Here actually you are using some reducing agent. So instead of using a reducing agent, you can apply some reduction potential itself, so that you can avoid using some extra chemical. Right? Guys?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
That's also possible. I mean, kind of design I am showing. So if you apply some reduction, then see they are helping to reduce QI to AP. Generally we are using T-shape, sodium borohydrate for reducing this one, right? So here some reduction potential helps to reduce. So this kind of design also you can make. This is called interdigited because the two electrodes, they are very close proximity to each other, and easily you can reduce and oxidize by using some potential. One part oxidation and another part reduction. That's possible. So when it is fully up to you, and design means kind of you are the engineer, so you can design your own surface.
So, sir, then it is ECE, right?
Yes, it is very good thing. So then in this case, yeah, electrochemical, chemical, and electrochemical. Very good thing. Yes, yes. What is your name?
Sir, Biprodeep, sir.
Biprodeep. Nice question. Yes, it will be then only the electrochemical, chemical, and electrochemical.
Sir, I am having a question actually. Sir, as we have seen like numerous combinations for engineering a biosensor surface. So just I wanted to ask that on what particular factors are we deciding when we are like designing a sensor surface in real life? So like maybe on what particular factors we are like concentrating, like whether we want it to be a carbon graphene based or whether we want it to be another type like that.
Yes. Anis, I think this is the main you can say our target in this course. Main things we want to achieve. Why we want to change the chemicals? Why we want to change the nanomaterial? That just I showed you, right? To achieve the higher signal to background ratio. So our main goal to get the highly sensitive sensor surface by changing the nanomaterial, by changing the label, by changing the chemical. Right? This is one aim. Okay.
Right, sir. Right.
Another
Yes,
aim. Not only just getting the very highly sensitive electrode. Sometimes by using many chemical or by changing the tag, your sensor may become so complex. It may be useful for the end user. That time you have to think some simple modification. But if some biomarker present in our body, very, very low concentration, right? Maybe femtogram level. So in this case, definitely you have to use this high signal to background ratio mechanism like this. How you can make the highly sensitive sensor? Definitely you have to use some many chemicals. Clear, Anish?
Sorry, sir, I got logged out once again because of my network.
Say if some biomarker present in our
sir,
body,
very
low concentration, very low. So in this case,
okay, okay.
We have to use many chemicals to make it to get the highs. To get the ultra sensitive sensor. But if some biomarker present in our body little bit higher concentration, like a nanogram per ml, then we can avoid the using many chemicals. We can simplify the sensor design. This is our driving force, getting so that we can at least detect the disease level.
Okay,
Clear?
sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now I will. Now I'll come back to you. So if it is clear to you everything, otherwise you can ask me question. I can repeat. Otherwise I'll go to the next topic after 5-minute break. Do you want to ask any question? If it is not clear to you. Shabduli, Sunil. Hello, Shabduli, Sunil.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So is it clear to you, all the redox cycling reaction?
Yes, sir. Everything is clear so far.
Everything clear so far. Okay. If you have, please try to read, try to get some new concept also from journal paper also, and get back to me if you're not clear. Okay, now I will start another interesting, very interesting topic, lateral flow. I think some of you already heard about this, lateral flow concept. I am going to teach you now after 5-minute break maybe. Let's now 4:20, 4:25 we will start. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, we'll come back to you after 5 minutes. Okay, so let's start again. Are you there all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Let's start.
Yes, sir.
Some of you, I think, have you heard this lateral flow before? Okay, maybe
Yes,
not.
sir.
Okay, so do you know what is that? What is the lateral flow? Tell me. See, okay, let's fine. That's fine. So, tell me.
Sir, actually, we studied this lateral flow essay for detection.
Okay, let's start then. See, lateral flow, generally we use here some paper based. So it's very cheap material we are using for sensor development, paper based sensor. Lateral flow, this is kind of some cellulose, so nitrocellulose paper, something we are using here. The paper they made by different many. I think I can show you the structure. Have you seen before the microscopic image of paper? I don't. I can show you. Just I will show you. Like my microscopic image of paper. See, I just searched the microscopic image of paper. So just the paper, you can see it looks like this. They have lots of kind of like, although they are not very much oriented channel, so they have some lots of like microfluidic kind of channel, kind of very micro size, kind of this. They have lots of channel. So if you drop the water, they can easily flow from one part to another part. Right? So paper actually kind of this. They have lots of cellulose membrane, cellulose kind of things. So this is very random, although not regularly oriented. Very random. So that's why it has some own property. If you drop one sample here, it can easily lateral flow is it can laterally easily flow from one side to another side. So we can make some compartment for this, for the detection. So this picture will show you the electrochemical lateral flow. This is very new topic. Generally, very less number of group working here. Electrochemical lateral flow. So generally lateral flow, this mechanism people use in biosensor for colorimetric detection. Colorimetry. That I will show you some video today. But for electrochemical, we can make some lateral flow assay. So what we'll do, we can make some chamber, some part on. So this is the full. This is called a strip, paper-based strip. This is made by paper. This is a paper strip. Okay. So one part here you can see. This is called sample pad. So in the sample pad, where we'll drop our sample. So this sample contain your biomarker, maybe target, right? It can be blood sample, it can be urine sample, saliva sample, anything. So this part is the sample pad. Another pad you can use. This is called like your, as I showed you, different kind of chemical we can use for the redox cycling, right? So you can see the lower part. So this redox cycling anyway we are going to use in this lateral flow assay. This redox cycling. What is the redox cycling? Like this is the sandwich assay. This is the substrate. So see, this is the chemical, electrochemical. So ECC redox cycling. So for this ECC redox cycling, What is the starting reagent? This one, right? And ruthenium-3. This was the starting reagent, right? So 1, 2, 3. So these 3 reagents, see, we dropped in one part and we kept this one in dried condition. So this is also paper. So in this paper, we put TSEP, ANGP, and ruthenium hexamine 3+. See, ANGP is the starting reagent, this one. TSEP is the starting reagent, and ruthenium-3. And they are not reacting each other. That's why we mix together, we drop it and dried it. This is the sample pad, and this is called the reagent pad, or sometimes you can say you can say the reagent pad, where we put all the reagent. And another pad. Here we'll put the secondary antibody. Secondary antibody that conjugated with label. So for formations of the sandwich assay, you need a secondary antibody with conjugated some label. So this is the conjugation pad. So in that conjugation pad, you can use your secondary antibody that is needed for the sandwich formation. So this is the secondary antibody, right, guys? So this secondary antibody that conjugates label, that we will use here. Okay. And the working, you can see WE. WE is the working electrode, RE is the reference electrode, C is the counter electrode. So these 3 electrodes we will fabricate on the strip. We will fabricate on the strip. How we will fabricate? We can print maybe, we can drop cast maybe. So if it is like an indium tin oxide, so indium tin oxide we can coat here. Reference electrode, if it is silver coated reference electrode we can coat here. Counter electrode, maybe something carbon paste we are using, we can coat here. Okay, or you can drop casting. And on the working electrode, so this is the antibody, that is the primary antibody, antibody 1. So we will immobilize our primary antibody here. See, this is the kind of no extra step needed after dropping the sample, right? Like end user, especially this is good for point of care. End user can easily use. What they will do, they can drop, they can wait for 10 minutes, they can get the result. So how see? We don't need any washing also. So kind of lateral flow, this is also called washing free sensor. Why it is washing free? See, you just drop the sample. If your sample, and we can put maybe here some extra, if it is blood sample, maybe sometimes you may not get lots of blood sample. Maybe you, after pricking a finger, maybe you get maybe 10 microliter. So in this case, you can add extra some PBS, phosphate buffer saline, so that easily it can flow. Because they are all in dried condition. So after adding this sample, they will dissolve, and this chemical will flow. And suppose you have the target, so target will flow right with the chemicals, and secondary antibody that conjugated with tag, it will also flow laterally, so it will flow in this direction, right? If target present, then this target will bind, and secondary antibody also will bind. See, when they are flowing, right? So if target present, they will bind like this, sandwich formation will be done, right, guys?
Sure,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And your chemical present also. So your chemical also will come here. Now what you can do, you can connect these three with a potentiostat, like a portable potentiostat, by where you can control your applied potential. Maybe there is a you can make a display where you can see the chronoamperometric signal, right? Like a glucometer. They are providing some display board, kind of portable instrument they are providing, right? Something like this. So you can insert this part with the portable potentiostat, and you can see the result. So this electrochemical redox cycling actually you are performing here just by dropping the sample. There is no need any extra washing, step by step. Sometimes they say it is called the washing free biosensor. Because all the things it is present on your sensor strip. Let's repeat again. I'm just repeating. So there is few steps. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and this is the sensor part, number 4. So number one is the sample dropping. You're dropping your sample. Number two, here all the reagent will be the dried form. They will dissolve. So if the sample contain the target, then they will form the sandwiches here. All the chemicals will come here. And if you add these 3 electrode with your potentiostat, you may get the signal. Now, the excess part. So see, if there is no target, means 0. Suppose you have 0, you don't have cancer. So your sample may not contain the cancer biomarker. Then all the things will go from here, but this secondary antibody will not bind. So it will go to, this is called, final absorbent pad, where they will absorb here. So finally all the excess part, they will absorb here. So in this case, see, only your redox cycle reaction will be very slow. Then in this case, you will get only background current. You will get the low current basically. So this is the lateral flow mechanism for the electrochemical sensor. So as you are applying the electrochemical, application, you are applying the electrochemical part here. It is called a electrochemical lateral flow assay. Is it clear, guys? Make it clear fast. Then I will go to the next, some colorimetric lateral flow assay. Mainly people use colorimetric nowadays because it is very easy to see the color. Bare eye, you can see the color change. But there is still problem in the colorimetric sensor. Colorimetric sensor's case, you just see the color. Means if there is color or maybe no color. Mean yes, no type. If you have disease or no disease. But if it's early stage or the metastable stage or the final stage, that you can't tell from the color change. But that was possible, but that you have to go to the you have to check the concentration of the color, that you have to take the image, the color concentration. That also possible, but that is little difficult. But for getting the quantitative, not qualitative, quantitative. For quantitative case, electrochemical is very good method, electrochemical, because see, if it is very low concentration, you will get the low current, high concentration, you will get the high current. But generally, colorimetric, some lateral flow assay available, change the color, but this is kind of yes, no. If you can see color or maybe no color. If color means this is present, no color means no. So make it clear first the electrochemical, this is the quantitative.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have a question that we are working with a paper and we are giving chemical, antibody, electricity in a paper. So if a paper is so durable for everything.
So you have to, we are not using here A4 size paper. Generally, nitrocellulose paper is very much durable for this case. Nitrocellulose. Or kind of, you can chromatography paper. Have you seen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Little high quality paper we are using here, not the kind of A4 paper that we are using for this simple paper that we are writing. Okay.
Okay, sir. Got
but
it.
That is also very cheap, not very much expensive.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now come to the colorimetric lateral flow. Mainly nowadays, I think you maybe you have heard about this. That nowadays for SARS-CoV-2, and coronavirus detection, they use the lateral flow assay. Lateral flow assay for detection of coronavirus, but changing the color. So that I will show you the mechanism, how we can do this. Actually, I just put here some video. Let's show you some video. How the lateral flow assay work for the case of colorimetric. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, so as I mentioned, the electrochemical lateral flow assay, very few group are working nowadays. But they started to work. It is very promising area because you can easily detect with washing-free method, right? We don't need washing for step-by-step sandwich formation. And you can get quantitative data, I mean how much marker present from electrochemical lateral flow. But very well established in market also available. This is the lateral flow colorimetry, mean, by seeing the color, you can say this is present or not. Like, I think you already familiar with pregnancy test kit already available in the market. Pregnancy test kit is something like this lateral flow assay. If you see the color, mean pregnant. If there no color, is not pregnant. So something like this. But you can't say the quantitative way. This is kind of qualitative. So let's understand the mechanism of lateral flow assay, which can form the color change if target present. Let's see the video. See, this is the strip. So inside a device, if you open this device, so this kind of strip present there. So as I mentioned, there's few part like the sample pad, conjugation pad. This is the sensor pad. These all the pads they have shown. See. Here you can see 1, 2, 3 lines in the case of colorimetric lateral flow assay. Test 1 and test 2. So from here we can detect 2 biomarkers at the same time. So this is called kind of multiplex detection. Like you want to detect the malaria, you want to detect the dengue at the same time, right? So in this biosensor, you can detect two biomarkers at the same time. And control line means always control. Control means always it will show the color. Means if you will see the color in the test line 1, it means malaria present. If show the test line 2 means dengue present. But if test 2 is no color, but test 1 color means malaria present, dengue absent. But during this process, if you see the control line not show any color, it means your strip actually out of order. It means your strip will not work. Somehow it damaged something else. So control line should always guide you. It should show color. It will guide you. The strip is actually working. See, here the sample pad, you can see just you drop the sample. You have different kind of marker present, like 1, 2, so 2 types of marker, right? 2 type of marker you want to detect. And see here the conjugate pad. So respective antibodies present. And this antibody is conjugated with the gold. This red color you can see, they conjugated with gold. So when all the antibodies they will gather in the like test 1 zone, test 2 zone, so we'll see the red color because of this gold nanoparticle. We'll see the red color. See they are binding. They are binding. Then they will flow. See, so kind of test line 1 they will bind. It's very specific. So test 2 they will bind another antibody. And control line, some control reagent they will bind. They will show the control color. XS1 will going and absorbent pad they will absorb. So because of gold nanoparticle, you are getting the color. This is the full device. See, positive result and negative result. As I mentioned, if it is positive means see, suppose this is the control, right? So control, these all are showing the color. So negative case, sorry, the lower one is the control. So lower one is the control. This is the test line 1, test line 2. But negative case, see, test 1, test 2 not showing color, but control showing color. So control showing color, it means your device functional. If control lines are not color, means device is out of order. Clear, guys? How the
yes sir, yes, clear.
How this is and you can easily commercialize. This is the very important things that you have to keep in mind. When end user, they can easily develop this sensor. Because I'm going to show you another thing. Especially this is useful for this current scenario for SARS-CoV-2, this scenario, corona situation. You can develop this kind of biosensor easily. Let's see the another one that will be very much useful for you. See. Rapid virus antigen test. See, as I mentioned, this is kind of the PESA, nitrocellulose membrane, where using sample pad, conjugation pad, absorption pad. Let's see. See here. So here, your sample contain virus. So similar antibody we use here, so that this virus can bind with this antibody. And see, this is the gold nanoparticle. So if virus present, they will come here and they will bind, and they will show the color. So this is the sandwich assay only we are forming. See. See here. So if target present, then they will bind this test line. This is the test line, first one. Second one is the control line. So test line means, so here we use such kind of antibodies so that this after binding virus, if you go back, see virus coming, and this virus all bind here, and then they will make a sandwich assay here. So if virus present, then only they will bind in the test zone. Otherwise, this will be empty. So you will see the color in the test zone if virus present. Otherwise, we make another channel, another antibody. So this antibody can bind all the antibody. All the antibodies. So in this case, virus does not matter. So they will bind here. Such kind of antibody we can select. So some antibody we can select so that all the antibody they can bind. But this antibody body can only bind if virus present. So it is control line. It means you will see always color in the control line. But in the test line, you can see color if virus present. See now sample does not have any virus. This is the negative, right? Negative sample. So it's like, so test line, no. Only control line will show the color. Okay. Is it clear? How the calorimetric lateral flow is working?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, clear, sir.
Okay. Now I will show you the another good animation video for the SARS-CoV-2 detection. So currently, I think it is very, very important. You should understand how we can detect the SARS-CoV. I think many of you are waiting, right? For this answer. So how we can detect, how this sensor device come to the market for SARS-CoV detection. There is so many rapid test kit. Have you heard this one, right? Rapid test kit, these things.
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
I think you are always you are excited to learn how this system works, right? Do you want to learn this? How this is working?
Absolutely,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely, sir.
This is the things I will show you now. How the rapid test kit works.
The SARS-CoV-2 is an emerging virus
So I think now you know.
responsible for the respiratory illness.
Right. So now you know the basic, all the sensor mechanism you understand. So you can now understand this video. Easily you can understand this video. See.
The SARS-CoV-2 is an emerging virus responsible for the respiratory illness coronavirus disease 2019. When a person is exposed to a new virus, and after an incubation period, the immune system creates proteins called antibodies as part of the body's natural response to fight the infection and to neutralize the pathogen.
See, so whenever virus attacks, so our body, our immune system produce the antibody, right? So this antibody, so first in our body, they produce the IgM kind of antibody, pentagonal structure. So this IgM, then IgG produce, IgG another antibody. So by rapid test, actually, by coronavirus antibody test, we are detecting antibody, not the virus. So here we are detecting antibody. So if you are infected, it means your body producing antibody. So we will detect those antibody by using this method.
Antibodies can come in different varieties known as isotypes or classes. IgM antibodies are produced against the viral antigen in the early stages of infection and are detectable after 4 to 7 days after symptoms develop. Following that, IgG antibodies are produced 7 to 14 days after the onset of symptoms and are detectable for months and even years, depending upon the antigen and the individual. These antibodies can also be detected if a person has an infection without any symptoms.
See, so we will have first IgM, and then after a few, maybe after 14 days or after 7 days, around 14 days, we will get the IgG in our body sample. So if you can get the coronavirus IgM, only IgM, then you can say, yes, this is the first infection started actually. If you get both, it means it is almost you already infected around 14 days before you already infected. That also you can say when you infected. That also you can say.
These antibodies can also be detected if a person has an infection without any symptoms. The COVID-19 antibody test is used to detect the presence of the anti-SARS-CoV-2 IgM and IgG antibodies in human whole blood, serum, or plasma samples.
See here, we will detect here, we will drop our sample, and here IgM sample means here we will drop our blood sample. So one will detect IgM. So we detect, if we detect IgM, and we can say that yes, within a 1 week people actually he or she infected. IgG, if we get the IgG also color, it means people, he or she already infected for around for 20 days or 14 days before. And control line will show always the color. So this is just for standard, means your system is working fine.
By using a cassette-based systems. To perform a test, the cassette is placed on a level surface at room temperature. Then, one of the fingers is punctured with a lancet. And a plastic dropper is used to take several drops of blood. Then one drop is added into the cassette sample well. Finally, drops of a buffer are added into the sample well to facilitate the test.
See why we need this buffer? Because maybe one drop of blood is not sufficient to flow from here to there, because it's a paper, right? Some blood can be absorbed on the surface. So you maybe the sample may not come up to here, right? So we'll add some buffer, like some water, kind of like PBS, phosphorus saline kind of thing. So it will help to facilitate the flow.
And the cassette is incubated for 10 minutes. The test kit is a qualitative lateral flow immunochromatographic assay. And the test device contains a sample pad, where the combined sample flows down, a conjugation pad, which contains gold COVID-19 antigen conjugate. The antigen will bind to the anti-SARS-CoV-2 antibodies in the sample, and 2 different antigens can be used, one with affinity to IgM, and a second with affinity to IgG antibodies. The virus antigen is labeled with gold nanoparticles, which can be used as visual indicator because of the nanoparticles' interactions with visible light, so that the gold nanoparticles absorb and scatter light, resulting in a red color. In addition, rapid IgG antibodies labeled with gold nanoparticles exist in...
I think this is not clear to you. Let's explain. So in the sample pad, so see here we will use gold nanoparticle conjugated some SARS-CoV-2 virus conjugated some nanoparticle here we'll use. So last time we'll use antibody because we are going to detect the whole virus last time, but this time we are going to detect antibody. So here we use opposite, that's why virus conjugated with nanoparticle. So that's why when antibody will come, they will bind with the virus. So gold nanoparticle also will flow. Then they will bind on the test zone or the control zone.
In the conjugation pad, and they are used for quality.
And in this conjugation pad, we'll use the gold rabbit IgG. So this rabbit IgG actually help to bind in the rabbit IgG responsible for generation the color in the control line. And this gold nanoparticle conjugated with the virus, that will help to show the color in the test line.
Quality control to assess test validity. The test strip also contains a nitrocellulose membrane with 3 lines. First line coated with anti-human IgM antibodies. Second line coated with anti-human IgG antibodies. And third line coated with anti-rabbit IgG antibodies. In addition, an absorption pad is used in the test strip to move the sample across the test. The sample migrates laterally across the membrane by capillary action. During testing, the antibodies in the sample react with the SARS-CoV-2 antigen and its conjugate gold nanoparticles in the conjugation pad. The mixture then migrates laterally across the membrane by capillary action, and the IgM and IgG antibodies are bound to the anti-human IgM and anti-human IgG antibodies, respectively, while the rabbit IgG antibodies are bound to the anti-rabbit IgG antibodies. Only those conjugated with COVID-19 antigen gold nanoparticle complexes will produce a visible colored line. The test result is positive if both IgM and IgG antibodies are detected, if only IgM antibodies are present, and if only IgG antibodies are detected. When IgM is positive and IgG is negative, the subject's immune system is actively producing antibodies to a recent infection with the target virus. When both IgM and IgG are positive, the subject's immune system is actively producing antibodies to an ongoing infection that likely began more than 14 days ago. When IgG is positive and IgM is negative, the subject's immune system has produced antibodies to the target virus.
So you understand this one, right? So if you see only IgM, in just infection started, right? But if you have the IgM, IgG both red color, it means you are the in between, means infection already started. You are going in this infection going on. That's why you are getting IgM, IgG both positive. But if you see only IgG positive, not IgM, it means because IgM only are in our body, IgM produced only for only 5 days only, like this. Then the production will stop. But IgG can produce up to long time, depend on the stability in your body. So that's why if you get only IgG positive, IgM negative, it means you already infected few days, long days before, but still it's going on.
Viral antigen. A negative test result means that the person is not infected with the virus, or perhaps the person has a recent infection, but the antibodies are not yet produced. Also, since the accuracy of the test depends on the amount of the antibodies, some people may not develop detectable antibodies after an infection.
This is the drawback of the rapid test. What is the drawback? So first thing, maybe you are infected. You infected by coronavirus, but your body still not produced any antibody. That's why rapid test is not good. Why people are preferring the other confirmatory test? Because at the beginning, as your body not produced antibody, so you may not see color, but virus there. So that's why it is showing negative. This is one factor. Another factor, maybe your body not produced that much antibody. So level of antibody very low. So in this case, they are showing the negative, but still you are infected. So that's why this colorimetric test strip is not the confirmatory test, right? So it is kind of guide you, but for the confirmatory test, we have to go for the other test. So that's why it is kind of qualitative test.
Because COVID-19 is a new disease, we don't know exactly how long antibodies last, so a negative test could mean that the person has been infected in the past, and the antibodies are no longer detectable. The test result is invalid if the quality control C line does not show a red color, therefore the sample must be retested.
So in this rapid test, if always if control C show the color, if not so, it means your test invalid because your system is not working. Okay, that's all for your lateral flow essay. So do you have any questions, guys? Please ask me. Is it clear? Is it I think good for you, right? You should understand in the base of current scenario how the lateral flow works. Right?
Yes, sir. Clear,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Absolutely,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely
Yes, sir.
clear.
Absolutely clear. Very good.
Yes, sir.
I think you understand the amplification, all the things, design, engineering part. Okay. That's all. Then I will take your attendance. No. I think some of you join very late and some of you are present but not answering. So be careful. I will take your attendance accordingly. So I called many of you but not answered.
Yes, sir.
Some of you join very late. So please come, because if you miss the class, this is the very interesting class also. If you missed also, you cannot answer the question because class will be descriptive. First, next exam. First exam was the multiple choice. Next exam will be descriptive because you have to describe the sensor, right? You have to design some sensor. You have to design by yourself. You draw the image, schematic. So next exam will be the descriptive. So our next exam will be October 6. Yes. So October 6 will be our next exam. Okay.
So, sir, the next Wednesday, that means.
Yes, the next Wednesday will be our next exam. So 1 week you will get. So I think I am teaching like this way so that you can understand your all the problem in my class. Anyway, I think it will be all the clear. So if I will take still some time. If any topic is not clear, please let me know. I will clarify. Is any part is not clear to you? Let me know.
Okay, sir. Answer the syllabus will be till today's class?
Up to today's class.
Okay, up to lateral flow essay.
Up to lateral flow essay, up to today's part.
Okay,
So
sir.
next exam will be on Wednesday, 6th of October. I think after that the puja vacation will start. That's why it is better to take this exam. Then you will have the final exam, right, in November. Then your semester will be ended, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, yes.
So 3 class
Yes,
tests.
sir. Yes.
So before puja, let's finish the exam. Before puja, then your final exam will be in November. Then finish.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Then that's all for today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.